What's going on, Trader Gang? Good morning. Happy Saturday. We're back at it again with another Saturday morning market breakdown for you guys on gold and US30. We're going to take a look at what happened this week and where we could potentially go. I will tell you right off the bat, we hit another all-time high on gold. So we'll definitely look at that and see where it could potentially go moving forward. I hope everybody had a profitable trading week this week. I didn't take any trades on any type of prop firm account or anything like that. I'm going to start fresh on Monday for that. If you guys have been following me, I moved over to Tradeify, and I had a $100,000 account, which of course ended up blowing 2 weeks ago. So I let this whole week go by. I'm going to refresh it on Monday, so it'll be a fresh 100K account that we're going to work with. I did have a small live account as well, which I started at $3, got it up to $20, and then ended up losing it, unfortunately. And then I reloaded $20 into it yesterday, and unfortunately, I'm down $5. So, because I ended up taking a trade on Bitcoin, and it ended up kind of wiping out majority of the accounts. I have $5 left, which of course I'll just take that and try to rebuild it back up. That's why I'm just doing this small account just to kind of test my skills, stuff like that. So I'm not really risking too much, but nonetheless, let's get started on the charts here. Let me just make sure sound and everything is good. Do a quick test. All right, we're good. All right, guys. So let's take a look at news first. So let me share my screen. All right. All right, guys. So you should be able to see my screen here. So we're going to go to next week. So we're finishing up the week of March here. We're going into a new month. So I think, what is it? Tuesday is April 1st. Yep, Tuesday. So Tuesday is going to be the start of a new month. So, so if you see here, Monday doesn't look like we have anything for USD. So pretty solid there. Tuesday, we have ISM manufacturing and JOLTS job openings. So of course, 7 o'clock, this is definitely going to move the market. Definitely has in the past. So we can see here, where did it go last time? So March 3rd, forecasted was 50.6. Actual was 50.3. So it actually came out negative by 0.3. So by a little bit. So, but lately it's been actually coming above. So it was 47 before, 48. Forecast was 48. It was actually 49. 49 before, it came out 50. And then forecast was 50. It was actually 50.3. So this month, actually, it was down by 3. So we got to see what it's going to do this time. So if it comes out negative, it could definitely push gold up. So in that regard, so let's see, Wednesday, we do have ADP. So an ADP NFP, so 515. So it's definitely pre-market. And then we have some factory orders, crude oil inventories, FOMC Kugler speaks. So these yellow folders don't really move the market too much. I would say, if anything, of course, ADP is going to move here, but that shouldn't affect you too much if you trade after market open. So Thursday, we have unemployment claims, ISM services. So that's definitely going to move the market as well, especially unemployment claims. It doesn't move it too much, but it'll kind of make a quick move in whatever direction and then continue in the direction that it wants to. Friday, we have NFP. So unemployment rate, NFP. So Friday, April 4th. So definitely got to watch out for that next Friday. All right. So let's go to the charts here. All right. So here we have gold. This is gold micros for futures. So I kind of marked up some levels here. So of course, like I said, I didn't trade. I didn't trade this week on gold or anything like that. So of course, we'll start with a nice clean chart here. So we'll go on the weekly. So we see here, gold made a new all-time high at 31.24. So that's crazy. So it definitely surpassed the previous high by a lot. So that's just wild. So since I didn't trade anything, I didn't have anything marked up. Of course, I can't really see where the all-time high was before. The only thing we can look at is that, of course, the last time it touched right here. So it touched 28.62. And then, of course, the high before that was like probably right here. So at 27.64. So it definitely surpassed 3,000 an ounce. So which is just wild. So because of how bullish this is, like it's really hard to tell if we're going to have a pullback because the last pullback was February 24th. And then the pullback before that was November 25th. So, and then of course before that it was November 4th. So we haven't had a pullback in a while. So all we can do now is, of course, just look at the trend, which is, of course, super bullish, as we can see here. So super bullish. And then we'll go on the daily here. So we can kind of see what it did. So, of course, this whole week, let's see. So Monday was the 24th. So we can see right here, we pretty much had that pullback. And then literally the whole rest of the week, it was bullish. So, and I even think in my top-down analysis, that's what it was. The weekly was bullish. The daily was bullish. I think the 4-hour, I think at that time was right here. Oh, wait, where was it? Yeah. So we're like somewhere right here. So of course it broke structure, or it almost broke structure here. It definitely broke it here. So of course we thought we were going to go to the downside, but ended up just consolidating. And then Wednesday it literally just pumped up. So I've seen with gold, like I feel like Wednesday is like the time you really see the moves. So like midweek, because usually Monday and Tuesday, not really much happens. There's a lot of consolidation. There might be like a little move, like maybe like move up like this, and then it consolidates, and then you see another move midweek to the end of the week. So I might test that out. I might, just kind of monitor the market, Monday and Tuesday, and then maybe look for a trade on Wednesday and see if there's a more high probability for a better trade or a good R&R. So, but nonetheless, of course, we can do a top-down analysis here. So this is the daily and weekly. So of course, so we'll go here. So of course, the weekly is definitely bullish. Obviously, same thing with the daily. The daily is bullish as well. I honestly continue to to see us pushing up higher, only for the simple fact that, of course, we're bullish on both higher time frames here. But also, I mean, we could see a pullback at some point. Let me respond to this really quick. Okay. So weekly is bullish, daily is bullish. So of course we'll go here. We'll stay on the weekly. I know I usually go down to like the daily for like key levels and stuff like that. So actually, because we go on a lower time frame, we'll go down to the 4 hour really quick. So of course here we can see that we're consolidated on the 4 hour. Four hour. Uh, all right, 4 hours consolidated. All right, so we see here. All right, so we have our top-down analysis here. So we're going to mark up our support and resistance areas here. So of course, we'll do this on the 4 hour. I know we usually do it on the daily, but let's see how this works out. So we're going to take our horizontal ray. So of course, boom, we hit an all-time high right here at 31,114. So I'm going to do 31.25. So that's kind of a psychological level. So if you see here, we have this is like going to be our major support level, our major resistance level, excuse me. And then we have a major support level here. So this is at 30, I'm going to say 45. I'm going to mark that there. And then we actually have another level right here as well. So we'll just keep these three levels because, like I said, I feel like gold's going to continue to push up. So this is going to be our major. So major resistance level at 31.25. Major support level at 30.45. All right, and then I'll just mark this here. So this will be like 30.20. And that's just going to be just another level of support. So I'm just going to put 30.20 there. So that's just how I'm going to mark up the charts there. This is kind of short and sweet. So of course, if we kind of zoom out of this a little bit, you'll see here we had a lot of rejections. So this kind of leads me to believe also that it tried to push down, but it just kept rejecting. So it's going to continue to push up. So it's going to, I think, come up to retest, of course, the new all-time high. And then we could have a pullback off of that. But with how gold has been lately, like I think it's going to continue to make an all-time high. So, I mean, it could do one of these to where it does push down a little bit and then consolidate a little bit and then push right back up. But if anything, it could definitely come down to test this support level right here. So, because this is also another level of support, which it's a previous level of resistance turn support. So that could be another level as well. So, I mean, I could mark that there as well. So this could be 30.95. So that's not really a psych level. So I just want it right there. So this would be really 30.93. I'll just put that there. Okay. I'll do this just to make it clear. Previous resistance. All right, previous resistance 30.93. So it could retest this, could possibly reject and tap into this previous level right here, and before it goes right back up. So that's pretty much it for gold. Again, just on the higher time frames, weekly bullish, daily bullish, I think we can see gold to continue to push higher. So that's it for gold. Let's go to US30. So we can see US30 actually did mark up from last weekend. So weekly was bullish, daily was bullish. So I think we actually it actually did the opposite. We actually went down. So let's see, Monday was again the 24th. Yeah, so right here. So we actually did push up, and then of course we rejected, and then we ended up closing right here at 41,851. So we tapped into this major low at 41,800, and then of course it rejected. So from here, it could continue because we have this rejection candle right here. It could continue to push down and then go right to this minor level of 45. So 4,045 or 40,000, excuse me. So, but let's wipe this clean. So right here, I do think it's going to continue to push down, only for the simple fact that, of course, we did break structure right here. I'll get my trend line. So we did break structure right here. So we did push down, and then of course we pushed right back up. So who knows? We are at a level of support right here also. So it could very well push back up from here. So because even though we did break structure right here, it could basically respect this level of support and then continue to push up. Because again, trend wise, if we do look at the trend, even just from right here, we have been bullish. So, because if I were to just put it here, we did break that support. So we could continue to see it push down. So, but lately the overall trend has been bullish. So if we do zoom out a little bit, we can see here it's been pretty bullish for the most part. So this is what I go off of. So if it were to break here, it would break this level of support, then we would definitely have a break of structure, and it would literally change the trend. So, but right now, because even looking here on the higher time frame, it's pretty consolidated. So of course we've gone up, we've come down, respected this level of support, came up here to the same previous level of resistance, came down here. We did break it, but then it ended up reversing and coming right back up. So we just need to see if it's going to continue to break through here and continue to go down and create a break of structure and like a change of character, I guess you could say. So we just have to see if it's going to continue to go up. So, but top-down analysis-wise, just based off looking at this. Oops, hold on. Oh, I didn't find it. Sorry. Okay. So just looking at this, I gotta say it's still bullish. So even though it broke that previous level of support, weekly is bullish. I'll move this. So daily. Daily, I have to say it's bearish because just on this time frame, I mean, we clearly broke support here. So, but it's respected it twice. So we did break it, but it ended up coming right back up. So I'm going to say it's bearish. So daily is bearish, 4 hour. 4 hour, I have to say same thing. Because even here, even though it's on a lower time frame, we can see here, even though it came up a little bit, we were going kind of downhill. So the trend was going down. So of course, again, we did find a level of support at some point right here. So if you see that all the way down here to 47.24, we did find a level of support over here, right here. So respected. It did break through, but it came right back up. Came down, came right back up. So for this, I'm going to say it's bearish. So 4 hours bearish. So we'll come up here. We'll stay on the 4 hour here. So we'll do our support and resistance. So the daily just looks better, to be honest with you. It just looks cleaner. So, because I mean, we could go like on the 1 hour and do this, but I like the daily. So, of course, we're going to mark up our major resistance. So of course, we tapped in here. It's tapped in here multiple times and then rejected, tried to push back up, rejected again. So I'm going to say all-time high is at 50, 40 or 45 to 245. Major resistance level at 45 to 45. All right. So we got that. So as of right now, so we have this level right here. So 40, let's do 40, so 69, so 65. So major support level at 47.65. All right. So that's that. So we have our major resistance level and major support level. So we can have some minor levels as well. So as of right now, it is at this level of support currently. So I mean, we could mark up this area as well. So it's 41.895. So we'll just put that there. And then we could mark up another support level as well because we can see where it's tapped into multiple times. So another support level would be, of course, down here. So because if I drag this over, we can see it's tapped in here multiple times. So it's come up, came down. So it did surpass this, but it pushed right back up, came back down, same level of support right here, pushed up, staying to this level, came down to the same zone, and then ended up pushing up to this level. So, so I didn't do this to the gold, but I usually do. So I usually like to box these. So kind of just kind of marks it up a little bit better, just so you can see where it tapped into. So I always like to go from the candle to the wick. Same thing here. Move this up a little bit. There we go. So it looks a little bit cleaner there. And then of course, you know, this last level right here. Cool. So there's our support and resistance areas marked up. So of course, if it does respect this level of support that it's at right now, it could continue to push up. So it could look something like this. So it ends up pushing up, may have a little bit of pullback, and then pushes up to this area here. Or we could continue to push down. It might come back up, retest this level here that it did, come back here, and then we end up continue pushing down. So that's kind of what I see with US30 or YM. So we'll see what happens. So of course, we can look here on the 4 hour. So we had a huge dump, huge push down. So I don't think it's even done. So because this is literally a closed solid, so I definitely think it can push all the way down to here. So to this level before it does continue to push back up. So, but I think it can definitely push down to that level 40, 47.65. That's just what I see. So I think there's definitely going to be some sells next week for sure. So, but we shall see. So, because on the 4 hour it looked solid, but on the daily, of course, we had a wick right here. So we did have a pullback. So we just got to see again if it's going to respect this level of support and go up, or if it's going to continue to push down. So that is it, guys. That is a market breakdown for Saturday. Hope you guys have a great trading week. Hope you guys got some value out of this. As always, definitely give me a follow on IG. You can follow my journey, Nikki_Pips. I'll put it in the description as well. But stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you guys on the next live. Peace.